Good morning, dear students. Welcome to 5th Standard Science online class. Students, now look at this picture. What is this? This is a picture of the agricultural field, isn't it? We can we can cultivate different varieties of crops in the agricultural field, isn't it? Now look at this picture. See here, some birds are there in this area, isn't it? He rears some birds in the area. Okay? Students, now look at this picture. So, in this area, some cows and buffaloes are there. So, some cattle are reared here. So students, today we will learn the unit 1, our environment. In this unit, today we will learn about farming. What is farming? Students, farming is an activity of growing crops and rearing animals. Okay, so it's an activity. Farming is one of the activity of growing crops, different varieties of crops, plants, okay, and rearing some animals, growing some animals. So that is called as a farming. Students, once again look at this picture. See here different varieties of crops are cultivated, isn't it? So here it's an activity of growing different varieties of crops in the particular area, isn't it? So it is one of the farming activity. Okay. Students, now look at this picture. Here some birds are there. So we rear some birds in a particular area. So here this is also one of the farming activity. Students, now look at this picture. Here some cattle like cow, buffaloes are reared here, isn't it? So this is also one of the farming activity. So here rearing of some cattle in the particular area. Okay. So students, what is farming? Farming is the activity of growing crops, different varieties of crops and rearing animals in the particular area. So this activity is called as farming. Okay, so what is farming? It's an activity of growing crops and rearing some animals. Students, different varieties of farms are there. Some important farms are dairy farm. What is dairy farm? Rearing cattle in the particular area. Next, poultry farm. What is poultry farm? Rearing birds in the particular area. Next, agricultural farm. Agricultural farm means growing crops in the particular area. So, these are the some of the farm. Okay, so now let's learn about this farm one by one. Students, the first one is dairy farm. What is dairy farm? Students, if we rear the cattle such as cow, goat, buffalo in the particular area, for getting milk and meat from these animals, then this type of farm is called as a dairy farm. Okay, so dairy farm means rearing the cattle in the particular area. So this is called as a dairy farm. Why do we rear these animals? To get milk and meat from them. So this is a dairy farm. Okay, dairy farm means rearing the cattle such as cow, buffalo in the particular area. So it is called as a dairy farm. Okay. Next, poultry farm. Students, if we rear the birds such as hen, duck, turkey in the particular area, then it is called as poultry farm. Okay, here the word poultry represent the birds. So poultry farm means rearing the birds in the particular area. So it is called as poultry farm. Okay, so we rear the birds to get egg and meat from them. So if we rear the birds in the particular area, then that is called as poultry farm. Poultry farm. So students, rearing of birds in the particular area is called as poultry farm. Students, now agricultural farm. What is agricultural farm? If we cultivate the different varieties of crops in the particular area, then this type of farming is called as an agricultural farm. So what is agricultural farm? Growing different varieties of crops in the particular area is called as agricultural farm. So what is this agricultural farm? Okay students, once again we can recall this topic. So what is farming? Farming is the activity of growing different crops and rearing animals. There are so many farms are available. Some of them are dairy farm. So in this farm we rear cattle. Okay, so if we rear the cattle in the farm, then it is called as dairy farm. Next, if we rear the birds in the particular area, then this type of farm is called as poultry farm. Okay, next, if we cultivate the different varieties of crops in the particular area or farm, it's called as a agricultural farm. Okay, thank you students.